have big dreams. You know exactly what you need to do, yet you sit there scrolling, wasting time, feeling guilty. That guilt, it starts small, but it builds. Days, weeks, months go by, and before you know it, you've accepted this cycle as your reality. New Year comes around, and once again you promise yourself that this time will be different. You start off strong, hyped up by motivation, but then procrastination slithers back in. It's predictable. The same story, the same letdowns, the same excuses. You start calling yourself lazy like it's part of your DNA. If this seems familiar to you, trust me, you're not alone. Here's the truth. Laziness isn't your problem. The real issue is inertia. Forget the motivational nonsense that tells you to just work harder. That's not the problem. The real reason you can't start is because of physics. Specifically, Newton's first law. An object at rest stays at rest unless acted upon by an external force. This applies to your habits, your goals, and your work ethic. The first step of any task is the hardest because you're pushing against inertia. Your brain builds up the task in your head, making it seem way bigger and harder than it really is. So instead of starting, you avoid it and drown yourself in cheap dopamine, scrolling, gaming, watching another motivational video, hoping it will magically change you. Most people fail because they set the bar too high at the start. They think, I need to finish this entire project, which makes the initial push too overwhelming. Instead, lower the bar. Tell yourself, I'll just do 5 minutes. That's it. For example, instead of saying, I need to write a 5,000-word essay, tell yourself, I'll write 50 words. The resistance drops. Once you start, momentum takes over. If you can't convince yourself to start, use the 2-minute rule. Commit to just 2 minutes. If you don't want to clean your room, put on a song and clean until it's over. If you don't want to study, just read 1 paragraph. The best part? You almost never stop after 2 minutes. You keep going because now you're in motion. Once you push past inertia, everything changes. It's like pushing a ball uphill. At first, it takes effort, but the moment you get past the peak, it rolls down effortlessly. The trick is making that first push as easy as possible. This method isn't just for work. It works for the gym, side hustles, learning new skills, anything. Tell yourself, I'll just put on my gym clothes and do 1 set. I'll just read 1 page. Once you start, the hardest part is over. Success isn't about massive leaps. It's about stacking small wins. Each time you break inertia, you reinforce the habit of action. Over time, this builds discipline. Motivation is a joke. It's unreliable. Stop waiting for it. Instead, train yourself to act automatically. The best do it without thinking. The moment you hesitate, you lose. Remove friction. Set up your environment so starting is effortless. If you want to work out, lay out your clothes the night before. If you want to study, keep your books in sight. Reduce resistance, and inertia will no longer control you. If you've made it this far, you're different. Most people quit, but you're here, which means you're ready to change. Now comment below, I refuse to be lazy. Commit to action. Share this video. Someone you know needs this. And subscribe. This channel isn't for passive listeners, it's for action takers. You're either moving forward or you're staying stuck. Take the first step right now.